Hey guys, Multiclass Gamer here. Welcome back to more Battle for Bikini Bottom on Xbox. In last episode, we started Sand Mountain after finishing up the Murmur Lair, which is one of the best worlds in the entire game. And honestly, Sand Mountain's pretty fun too, with all the sliding and whatnot. But unfortunately, all that fun is going to be kind of hampered a little bit here in Flounder Hill, which is the second slope of the three in Sand Mountain, and you'll see why. Well, shortly after we start the slope, basically. But here it is, Flounder Hill, the second of the three slopes. It's, aside from one little aspect, it's kind of fun, actually.
I fly like the wind and float like a sea bee. If you can beat my time down the hill, I'll give you a golden spatula.
So we have another time challenge from Bubble Buddy. Again, 2 minutes and 1 second. I don't know where they got the time from, but yeah, it's there. So, what kills the enjoyment of Flounder Hill and is actually one of the most actually I think this is actually the most annoying stock in the entire game to get. Scattered throughout Flounder Hill are 8 Sandmen. The first one is right here at the top of the slope, but there are 8 Sandmen scattered throughout Flounder Hill, and you have to destroy all of them, and you will get a sock that'll appear at the bottom of the slope. But the thing is, there are multiple paths to take here on Flounder Hill, and there are Sandmen on multiple different paths. So basically, it is impossible to get all the Sandmen in one slide down the mountain. I think at the very least you have to go down you have to go down the slope at least 3 times, I think, in order to get all of them. And yeah, honestly, in my opinion, it is the worst sock in the entire game that you have to deal with. But nevertheless, we will get it with little issue, but still, I still find it very annoying to do. So this is the second one, but first of all, obviously, since with this being the time trial, we're going to take the the fastest path we can possibly take, which may involve skipping a bunch of them that I normally wouldn't if I was doing just a casual slide down. But of course, obviously, the first time you go down each of these slopes, you're always on a time limit, so yeah, you're going to be probably missing some that you would normally get taking this path. In fact, actually, an example's right here. There's a Sandman right below there on its loop, but a quick shortcut is to jump off and skip the loop entirely. Right here. I'm going to show you the fastest path that is possible on all these slopes, but I'm telling you, it might be worth your time to take that extra loop back there to get that Sandman, although I'm not entirely sure on that because I'm not sure how much time that actually costs you total. It's probably about 20 seconds or so. And those 20 seconds might be what you need. They might make the difference between you getting this time trial or not. I'm not gonna lie, when I was growing up, I struggled a lot with Bubble Buddy's time, and especially so with the third time trial. But I would eventually get Bubble Buddy's time limit, but it took a long time for me to get the third one, that's for sure. Because, and the funny thing is, the third slope is actually called Sand Mountain, literally. The third slope is named after the actual mountain. But yeah, we're going to be skipping all the Sandmen on here, but there's like, I think 3 Sandmen on this last part, where there's so many different paths to take. And you skip all of them to get that sock up there. But that's also the quickest route, too. So yeah, honestly, yeah, that's the fastest you can possibly go, and you still have 11 seconds left. Only have 11 seconds, so yeah. Very tight time trial you have to get there. But we got it, so we can get our first golden spatula. Actually, we can get both of them here. But we got socks to get still, unfortunately. So we got at least 2 more trips down to Flounder Hill, basically. Okay, what we got? More of you robots. I mean, again, you don't have to destroy all the robots. All you have to do is just press the 2 buttons if you want to. If you could clip through those Duplicatrons and just, like, just push the buttons, it's all you have to do to get the golden spatulas from Squidward. So, essentially, and the thing is, they respawn anyway, so there's really it really doesn't feel like you accomplished anything. You just get that golden spatula handed to you just because you made it to the bottom of the slope. It's more so that than actually getting rid of the robots. Because, you know, again, like no matter how much progress you make in this game.
Congratulations, SpongeBob! You beat my best time! Here's a spatula!
No matter how far you get into this game, robots will always respawn whenever you reload an area, so That's one of the dumb aspects about the game, I suppose. Is that no matter how far you get into the game, robots will always be respawning, so you really never really are solving the issue permanently of the robots, but I guess the whole point of that is to make you replay the game after you've already beat it. But anyways, here we go. Time to actually get the rest of those Sandmen. I think I got like 3 or 4 of them so far. Yeah, so... Oh, crap, you know what? I should have taken the other way. You know, actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to... Well, problem is actually you can't die. Wait, what? If SpongeBob walks too far out of the gameplay area, he'll be placed back at the last checkpoint. Yeah, but I didn't walk out of the gameplay area. I fell to my death. I mean, I fell out of the gameplay area, but still, I wasn't walking. I know what the game is trying to tell me there, but still, that's the wrong area, but whatever. Let's just get the first Sandman right here. I'll just show you the least amount of trips you can possibly make down Flounder Hill to get the most Sandmen in one go, essentially. So again, don't forget, never forget the first one at the top of the hill. If you get seemingly all the Sandmen, you can't find any more going down the hill, then chances are you probably missed the one at the very top, because that can happen to anybody. I know a certain someone who's LP I watched at this game who, yeah, that was the one Sandman they missed, and I felt bad for them, but it's also, it's like we've all been there, you know, so nothing to be ashamed about. So yeah, we got the other Sandman going down this loop here. It's, you could, I suppose you could skip like half of the loop and jump straight down to the Sandman, but I would strongly recommend against taking any risks, because again, if you die, as you saw there, the Sandman will reset, so you need to make sure that you're, you know, being very safe as possible with these jumps, essentially. Use your double jump wisely is all I can possibly say, but I will say this also, sometimes the game gets a little buggy with a double jump. Like on rare occasions, sometimes you'll make a double jump when you actually meant to do just a single jump. There'll be moments like that, and you will die as a result of that. And honestly, I've had that issue in all 3 versions, especially the PS2 version. I think I had the issue the most on the PS2 version. So there you go. There's half of the Sandman right there in one go. Might be able to get 2 more on the bottom here, but we'll see. Because here we are at the very end here. Because there's this, there's the one Sandman that's right here. But there's another one on this path below here. I don't know why I did this, but I did, and it worked out okay. But the thing is, it's really hard to avoid those Slender Tikis that are there. But they're there. So I think we have like 6 of the Sandmen now. So there's actually 2 of them at that last part right there. Because I happen to know where the other 2 are. So maybe you can do this in 2 goes, I guess. The only reason I thought it was 3 was because I could have swore that there were 3 Sandmen at the on 3 different paths in that last bit there, but I guess not, because I've only got 2 of them left. Okay. Well, we can do this, and I think one of the Sandman is just to the left right here. I've been taking a shortcut every single time right here, but you're supposed to go left here to get this Sandman. And yes, I know exactly where the last one is. Perfect. So yes, you can do this in 2 tries at the very least. You can't do it in 1 try. Unless you like hack the game and you're able to backtrack on the slopes, but otherwise it's impossible to do that. Oh god. So we'll go left right here, and this will take you to your very last Sandman. And then all you gotta do is just survive the rest of the slope without dying. But if you're less experienced, you'll probably end up taking it up to like 8 or 9 even, you know, trips down the slide. All Sandmen destroyed. Collect your reward at the bottom of the slope. Yep, that's right. I guess it's just kind of dumb that you can't see the counter like constantly. You can only see it like each time you destroy a Sandman. So if you're taking long enough in between hitting a Sandman, like hitting 2 Sandmen, then you might have no idea how many you have left, and that might be an issue. Apologize for not noticing these chum bucket ads along the way, but eh. Just don't want to pay attention to others. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but obviously if you're playing the game, you want to focus on where you're going, because, yeah, it'd be really frustrating to die right here if you have all the Sandmen destroyed. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, like, after you destroy the Sandman, you don't have to worry about losing a sock if you die, but I don't want to take that risk. Really don't. So I'm going to avoid dying at all costs. And of course, if you're not dying, there really is no cost. There is no cost greater than life itself. Okay. There we go. That's our last, that's only a remaining sock on Flounder Hill. So, all that's left are the 3 socks and the last 2 golden spatulas on, of course, Sand Mountain, the final of the 3 slopes. Okay, so let's head on into Sand Mountain, the 3rd and final slope of Sand Mountain. What else? Another 1,500 shiny objects I really shouldn't be paying, but I am. Of course, in real life, you would not pay the toll just once. You know, you pay it like every single time you re-enter these slopes. So that would suck. Can you imagine if this game is realistic?
I'm built for speed with this aerodynamic physique. But I'll give you a golden spatula if you can beat my time.
Can you throw in a hug, too? Please? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna continue that. Why not? I mean, come on. Look at those pecs. How can you not want to hug those pecs? Just saying. Okay. Let's just get down the slide, okay? So this is Sand Mountain, the 3rd and hardest of the slopes in Sand Mountain. They really should have given it a different name. I don't know why they named it the exact same thing as the, you know, world itself, but they did. So take this first shortcut right here for the first sock. Once again, there are 3 socks on the way down Sand Mountain. And you're going to have to skip one of them for this time limit, unfortunately. But nevertheless, they're pretty simple to get for the most part. But I will say that you do have to use Sandy to get one of them. And that one is coming up here. But watch this. Yeah, we just killed a fish couple. No big deal. You literally never see that fish couple again. So, I mean, like, they respawn, obviously, but that's just how characters are. But we literally just killed a couple. We literally killed them. Just watch this. That sandball just completely disintegrates, and there's no, you know, there's nothing left of those 2 fish we just killed. So yeah, they're dead. We just killed NPCs. That's insane. Not a lot of people point this out, but yeah, there are fish that die in this game. It's sad. I mean, like, we see them mainly like whenever we have like these robot introductions, like for instance the Chuck robot. You know, the robot that tosses the missiles at them. When we were officially introduced to him, or it, basically, again, robots not genders. But yeah, when we were introduced to that robot, it's destroyed. It killed a female fish. Like, she went down a pipe and died, or like a chimney and died. But right there, we were the ones responsible for the death of not just 1 but 2 fish right there. Like just a couple minding their own business. What they're doing standing on a slope is beyond me, but still, that's insane. But there we go, with almost 30 seconds to spare, we beat Larry's time. Also, is it just me? But I find that, oh god, that was a close call. As I was saying, it's just me, or is the timer kind of glitchy on the PS2 and Xbox versions? That's one thing the GameCube version has over the Xbox and PS2 versions, is that the timer's kind of glitchy on these ones. Like, it's off to the... It's, like, not aligned correctly, basically. So it just looks kind of weird. And it's, like, very jittery, too, whenever every second, too. So they obviously did something wrong with it on the PS2 and Xbox versions, but that's pretty much the only negative I could say about the Xbox version compared to the GameCube version, so it's not really that big of a deal. Okay, let's make our way up to the top of this box and get our very last golden spatula in Sand Mountain.
Congratulations, SpongeBob! You beat my best time. Here's a spatula.
All right, give it to me. Wait a second. You're a lobster, and you're giving me a spatula. Come on, Larry. You're better than that. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, God. Actually, do I want to go? No. I don't want to do with SpongeBob. We want to be Sandy. Is that... I wonder if that's, I'm trying to think here. Because I'm still confused by that weird prompt that came up, like, before I died last time. I mean, like, obviously both times I've died, like, out of bounds have been, you know, on purpose, but does it just do that in the Xbox version? Like, the first time you go out of bounds, whether it's, like, you know, falling down a pit or just going out of bounds in general, the game just tells you that? It's just kind of weird, but whatever. So, anyways, as Sandy, we're gonna be gaining the last 2 socks here in Sand Mountain, so let's boogie! Alright, anyways. So, there's a piece of dialogue that I missed in Rock Bottom when we did that one slide with the timer to get that golden spatula with Mr. Krabs. If you go back and talk to Mr. Krabs as SpongeBob after getting that golden spatula, SpongeBob will say, thanks, well, Mr. Krabs will congratulate you, and then SpongeBob will say, thanks, Mr. Krabs, I guess that pant wax finally paid off. But SpongeBob doesn't use his pants, he doesn't slide on his butt. He slides on his tongue. So, I guess that's kind of a hint that maybe in some beta version of this game, SpongeBob was going to use his pants to slide. I mean, I guess that would kind of make sense. So there we go. But since we died, though, that means that that cave is going to be reset. So I'm sorry, couple, but we're going to have to kill you again. We're going to have to, you know, murder you once again. You know, if there's one thing that sucks more than being killed, it's being killed twice, you know? And I totally understand that, you know? Being someone who's gone through that sort of horrific experience, you know, it really sucks. Well, at least that time it was off screen, so I feel better about it. Oh god, I'm just horrible today. Shady Shoals Rest Home, the Krusty Krab. Chum is Fump. We'll just assume that sign said Chum is Fump. How about that? Also, thank you, Xbox version, for quieting down those infernal, like, snowballs that come crashing down. That noise is so terrible in the GameCube and PS2 versions. It's just so repetitive and so loud. And that's one thing they completely improved on with the Xbox version, especially with the sound mixing. It's mainly the sound mixing that does it. You know, the fact that the Xbox version automatically has the music louder than the sound effects. It's still very pleasant that they at least lowered the volume of that noise to make it less annoying. It's still annoying, but not as much now. Okay, what am I doing? I have all the golden spatulas, or stuff, don't I? Yep, I do. I don't need to finish this. So I guess we're pretty much all set to go back to Bikini Bomb now. Bikini Bomb. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that and get our golden spatula from Patrick. This will put us at 67, so just so essentially 2/3 of the golden spatulas in the game. Very fitting for going to the 3rd area of the game. Very, very fitting. Definitely. Alright, Patrick, give it to me.
Wow, SpongeBob, you found some!
Now they're back home, safe where they belong.
Alright. So anyways, we're up to about 19 minutes here, and honestly, this is a pretty good stopping point, because in the next episode, I think you know what's coming up. We have the 3rd area, Bikini Bomb, to unlock, and by extension, another robot boss fight. So, I think that'll be a good point to start a new episode on, as well as allowing us time to explore the this 3rd and final area of Bikini Bomb, because I always look forward to doing this, let me tell you. So, we're going to save that for the very next episode, y'all. So, next time on Battle for Bikini Bomb, well, you know what's coming up next. See you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.